The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Of course, interesting results are from the week 2 of the English Premier League, guys. I tell you, a beautiful story is about to be written. A 17-year-old boy stepped onto the biggest stage. We already seen interesting actions at the start of the season. Welcome, guys, to another interesting episode of the Insured Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Insured. I am FM Carrick, and beside me today, the man making his debut, Sir Veron. Veron, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Of course, I feel good to be here, right?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me, FM Carrick.
Of course, guys, without wasting time, Veron, interesting results from the weekend. We saw fantastic games all through. We were thrilled. Some were disappointed. But which of the games stood out for you during the course of the round 2?
Yeah, Thomas Frank taking over the reins as Tottenham Hotspur. Just 2 games in, and I've seen his blueprint on the team. You understand? That win at the Etihad against Manchester City, against Pep Guardiola. It's something that you can't just look away. It's a very good result. The way the game played, the style, they were so compact at the back, solid. Haaland couldn't.
But him and Tottenham have had the confidence.
Yeah, last season under Ange, they were very porous at the back. They kept high lines, but Thomas Frank came and he has shot that defense. You understand? The City couldn't even muster up to 3 shots on target. You understand? So Reinders was superb against Wolves in the first match, but he was nowhere to be found. So I think that game really caught my eyes.
Of course, guys, at the game between Tottenham and Manchester City. But then this weekend, another bumper game is coming up. But then before we go on, guys, remember to log on to www.betinsured.com because a lot is going on. Of course, guys, we have the lucky 12 free predictor in the trivia on our website. Interesting one. You stand a chance of winning $200 if you can get 12 games right. Yes, $200. And you also stand a chance of winning compensations if you can get 8, 9, 10, 11 games right. Guys, just go on, log on now and make sure you sign up. Also subscribe to our channel to see interesting content and more coming on from the Insured Zone podcast. Now, guys, from the interesting games during last weekend, yes, we dropped interesting predictions, and I know a lot of you are already smiling because you can trust us right here at Bet Insured to give you the most bankable prediction you can ever find anywhere. Let's go check them out. Yes, guys, straight into business for this weekend. So, Veron, of course, this weekend, big game, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. What a game should be there?
Yeah, we can call it a title showdown. Although it's game week 3, but I believe Arteta and Arne Slot, it will be a very feisty encounter at Anfield. So,
I think they are the major title contenders.
Yeah. So far, so good. Liverpool, the only thing Liverpool have to score 3-4 goals this time to win a match. So it's not really that good. So I believe with this incoming signings, I believe defenders can come in, but it will be a great game. It will be a great watch this weekend.
Of course, to the prediction of this game between Liverpool and Arsenal, yes, it is predicted that Liverpool will win or draw this one, and that stands at 1.31 odds. Yes, the scoreline is predicted to be 2-1 in favor of Liverpool, and of course over 1.5 at 1.26 odd for the expert prediction. Game 2 straight to it, guys. Tottenham will be at home also against Bournemouth. Of course, Veron was talking about Tottenham Hotspur, and now they have the chance to go again in the English Premier League to really make a statement from the disappointing season they had last season.
Yeah, it will be an interesting match. I can see goals. I don't know why. I think Bournemouth at the back, they are not really, with the skills they have, Dean Hodgson, Zabaranya, and the rest, Kekes. So, but I think Richarlison has found his shooting boots, so I believe he's looking sharp this season. Brennan Johnson, there's Solanke on the bench that can come in and change the game, you understand? So I think I see goals in the game. I see goals.
Of course, goals in this game between Tottenham and Bournemouth. Guys, straight to the prediction of this game. Yes, it is predicted to be over 2.5. Yes, over 2.5 at 1.63 odds. And 3-2. 3-2, the scoreline in favor of Tottenham, and over 2 at 1.25 odds for the expert prediction. Guys, straight to the third game for this weekend. I'll be checking out. Of course, Brighton will be at home against Manchester City. Brighton versus Manchester City. Another game for Pep Guardiola to really, tell the world after there's a disappointing result against the Spurs.
Yeah, even Brighton lost their last game as well at Everton. So I believe Fabian Hosler will bring his A game to that match. And Brighton and Man City over the years, it's been goals. Brighton have always make it tough for Manchester City. So I believe I don't know. I feel they'll share the spoils.
Share the spoils. But then goals.
No, sure, there should be goals. Danny Welbeck. Rota was missing last match. I think he had a slight knock, but he'll be available for the match against Manchester City. And there's Erling Haaland as well. So guaranteed goals.
Yes, guys, straight to the prediction of this game between Brighton and Manchester City. Yes, it is predicted to also be over 2.5 at 1.62 odds. Yes, 1.262 odds and 2-2 the scoreline. Yes, the prediction for the scoreline is 2-2 and the expert prediction away over 1 at 1.20 odds. Now, guys, let's join you to Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge, did you see the Blues? Yes, they'll be playing Fulham, a London game, of course. Interesting one to look out for also, because Fulham might just be a tough knock. Imagine what happened to Manchester United during the weekend. 1-1 they came from go down, and interesting one. They got the points. What should we expect against Chelsea?
Maresca has the Samba Boys on show now at Stamford Bridge. So I can see Chelsea coming out on top of that game, Willian Estava. Although Palmer had a slight knock in the last match, he didn't play out, he didn't feature. So I believe he might feature in this game. Yeah, but I think Chelsea will have that edge. Chelsea are so good this time.
They are so good. They are fast.
They are fast. Young players scoring goals here and there. There is a boy from Andre Santos. It doesn't start now, but I think he's one for the future.
He was at Strasbourg the last time.
Yeah, he's a very good midfielder. He's my best player at Chelsea right now.
Wow, interesting one. A fan of Andre Santos. Guys, straight to the prediction of this game between Chelsea and Fulham. Guys, it is predicted that Chelsea will either win or draw this one. One extra Chelsea win or draw at 1.16 odds. And 2-1, the predicted scoreline, Chelsea to edge this one 2-1. And the expert prediction stands at second half over 1 at 1.35 odds. And straight to the last game we will be checking out. Of course, Manchester United will be home against Burnley after a series of disappointing results. The first two games aren't what we expected of Ruben Amorim going into this season with all the signings and everything he has said. We expected to see more, but then they have been disappointing. What should we expect from this game as Burnley will be visiting Old Trafford? Will it be another draw or another loss against Burnley?
Huge pressure on Ruben Amorim at this moment. Huge pressure. He has to deliver right now. There are no excuses this time around.
And this is the game.
This is Burnley. It's the most 3 points for it's. If he doesn't go, Burnley, last season at the Championship, solid at the back. They won their last game against Sunderland, So they talk of the time Manchester United, so they just have to make things right. I don't know. They have to. Matheus Cunha, Benjamin Sesko. Amorim has to find a way to gel
blend all
that,
these
to
guys
blend these
and
guys,
make them
and
play
make
and
them
make them
play.
deliver.
You get so let's see how it pans out.
Of course, guys, the game between Manchester United and Burnley, a must 3 points for Manchester United and under pressure, Ruben Amorim. Guys, to the prediction of this game. Yes, Manchester United expected to win at 1.37 odds, 1.37 odds. United win, and of course 3-1 the predicted scoreline between Manchester United and Burnley, and of course a second half over 1 at 1.33 odds for the expert prediction. Now, guys, it's still the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure. More and more prediction coming up right here. Now, straight to the more of the top picks from the Premier League and also our bonus predictions from the Serie A and the Spanish La Liga. Now, guys, are straight to our 20 order weekend banker, specially created by experts right here at Bet Ensure on 1xBet. Let's check them out. So before we see our guys on the Ensure Zone podcast for this weekend, of course, I'll be asking Veron a pertinent question. Victor Boniface transfer to AC Milan fell through, and a lot of people are asking the question, is it because he's black? Because the second transfer that will be, falling through. What do you make of the situation with Boniface?
I don't think because of his black. There are so many blacks in this area. Victor Osimhen, there's so many Nigerians who have played there, and there was no news of field medicals. I saw a picture on Twitter. Yeah, I think he has tore his ACL twice. Yeah. Stuff like that, it can affect the medicals. But, he failed a move to Al-Nassr. Yeah, so
another big one
that could have gone through, but something along the line, it fell off. So I can't really put my hand on, I can't really say, but I just feel that he failed the medical probably because of maybe the injuries he's had over the years.
He's had two
surgeries on his knee already. So, but the way people are going about it, the talks that he's always on social media is not serious. No.
I don't think it's affects his
performance. If a player is not serious, you can't even, AC Milan won't even think of coming to sign you understand? So it's just a case of field medical. And he's not the first player in world of football
that would be failing the medical.
So we should just be lenient with the young man.
Of course, we should be lenient with the young man, Victor Boniface. Guys, don't forget to log on to www.betensure.com to get interesting predictions across all sports. A big thank you to Veron for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I am FM Karik. Guys, remember right here on the Ensure Zone podcast, we don't just predict the future, we ensure it. Bye.